Welcome back to this Let's Play of the original official campaign of Neverwinter Nights 2. Last two episodes we've been knee-deep in orcs, and well, this episode we're going to be knee-deep in something else. But for now, we're just going to press on forward and just hope that I don't have to fight any more of those tedious orcs.
These corpses. I know these men and women. I served with them.
What is this place? That's it. I am never traveling in the mountains again.
Strange. From what I had heard, orc tribes of the well do not usually place their dead side by side with human bodies.
Some of these soldiers fell in battle against the orcs, but their bodies were never found. I do not know how they ended up here.
Well, there are a variety of options here, and the pander to Cassavir option is the third one.
They deserve that much at least. I thank you for showing respect for those I stood with.
We should be careful. Something is wrong here. The feeling in the ground and from these bodies, it's like a shadow, like death.
I sense it too.
Great. Now the druidess has an echo.
I felt this darkness before, deep within the mare. The shadows are thick here, seeping into the land. Whatever is in the mare is touching here as well.
Okay. And again, there's a pander to Cassavir line.
I agree. I want to know who has done this and why.
As oppressive as this place is, we should see what is causing this blight. If we do not, it may spread further.
From bloodthirsty orcs to creeping around in tunnels filled with corpses. This just gets better and better.
Yep, we are knee-deep in the dead. And that's not going to change as we continue to explore this area. We're also going to be knee-deep in more things I can't actually carry without magical assistance. But hey, you know, that's what treasure is for. There's, hey, look, zombies and skeletons. Yes. I know what I can do with those. Turn over a new leaf. Oops. I guess I didn't get all of them, but yeah. Let's just say that Turn Undead is pretty mighty against undead. Imagine that. It's not very effective against orcs, I'll give it that. Another Vein of War down here. I'll come back and clean up all of the things that get dropped later. For now, I'm just going to focus on running through and killing everything. Something else on the other side of this door. Yes, Ellen, did you mention? You might want to mention that there's something on this side of the door as well.
Yeah, I can do it.
And there's just some more loot up there. And that trap we're going to have to disarm using my special technique. Yes. Well, not so special technique. I guess they figured they only included one rogue in that you could potentially include in your party, other than, well, the main character. So they figured that they shouldn't make the rogue functions too necessary, but I don't know. I mean, you get 4 party slots. If Nishka's not your thing, then, you know, just play one yourself. But it's kind of strange that there are none that are, there's just no real use to having a rogue in your party. Unless, of course, you like sneak attack moves, which I don't care for. It requires too much micromanagement. Turn Undead will either destroy really weak enemies, or for sort of weak but not really weak enemies, it will stun them quite effectively. And it's not perfect, but well, let's just say it is a superpower when it comes to just splatting these things. I could cast a charisma buff on Cassavir here to make it more effective, but I'm not going to worry about it for these guys. None of these undead are really all that hard, so.
The land is against you!
it is nice for... I mean, I suppose I could be doing the same thing with fireballs, but there's no friendly fire problem with Turn Undead, because I don't have any undead in my party. There aren't many RPGs where you do have. Anyway, I'm going to clean up all the stuff that's fallen and meet you back at this point on the map over here. Alright, even more loot that I can't really carry, but that's what bull strength is for. I did find just a random... some of the loot I'm finding is not actually all that useless, and I suppose I should explain some of it. There's a set of bracers, which are around here somewhere. What did I do with them? Which... Here they are. I should give to Cora,
Let me lead the way.
which
You follow behind.
give her the point-blank shot feat so she doesn't take penalties for shooting in melee. I'm not really having her use all the crossbow all that much, but if she's using it, she might as well be tolerably useful with it.
Yeah.
There's a stout core key, which is floating around here somewhere, which is a dire mace with +2 strength on it, but the +2 doesn't stack with the +4 from bull's strength, so that's not very useful. The Watchman's Helm here gives +8 to the spot skill, so for that one situation where I'm going to need spot skill for a dialogue, I want to keep that. If you have a rogue, it's
Win?
not a bad item.
What are you doing here?
Quado, help me!
Is he full of win?
He was a fellow student of mine at the academy. One of the few I actually liked. What could have happened to him?
Pain! So much pain! Please, help me!
Vaden? Karen? What has this thing done to the two of you?
Ah, I sensed strong magic. You, girl, will make an excellent gift for my master.
I'll pass, thanks. These students, what have you done to them?
I have granted them eternal life and power. They cannot die, yet they retain their skills in the arcane arts. You, however, will outshine them both. You are strong. I can feel the power burning within you.
And we'll stick up for her for some for cheap influence.
And I won't let him hurt me. Or anyone else for that matter. He'll have to kill me first.
But of course, that is the first step before eternal life is granted. Seize her! Destroy her companions, but she must not be harmed.
Alright, so there are a bunch of spellcaster guys over there, which means that, well, let's introduce them to the joy of, I'm going to call this an alpha strike, but just simultaneous nuking from all of my party members.
This one.
I think I did more damage to myself with that explosive globe than I actually did to him, but that made fairly short work of them. They're not real hard, but it's kind of fun to do that. Use little lay-on hands. I'll clean everything up. The priest has a little room back here with more junk in it, so I'll clean all that up as well. Just some random +2 weapons. This Black Forest staff can be used to cast protection from alignment. I guess that's something, but at a duration of 4 minutes, it's fairly short. Gloves of the Hin Fist, which I guess in some ways are just another +2 weapon. Anyway, here's our missing emissary. And apparently just being polite to him is worth influence with Casimir. And he also runs off without waiting for an escort. But he does actually give a quest update, so chances are he's actually the real thing. Back in the priest's little sanctuary thing here, there's a world map transition, so you don't actually have to walk all the way back out. Instead of going back to Old Owlwell, though, I'm actually going to go back to the Docks District to pick up my other party members and sell off all of this loot, because Kelgar has most of the loot that we were carrying. Now that I have Grobnar in my party, I can use him for inspire competence and heroism and have a higher appraise skill, and enough such that I'm gonna just put a suck it up and take the hit on not getting absolute maximum amounts of money for everything. But on our way, we run into an encounter, and this is actually sort of awkward because we don't have, I mean, we can't run because we're all burdened down with stuff. But this is our fake emissary from before. And yeah, more orcs. Great. But we're going to handle him the same way we handled
Enemies are near.
our friendly Shadow Priest. Simultaneous nuking. And I'm actually going to have Casimir charge off and attack one of these other guys. There are a couple of these orcs which are just, you know, firing arrows at you.
Of course.
Well, well. Looks like we have some new targets.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have used a fireball there. Oh well. Anyway, not much of an encounter. More stuff to sell, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the docks district, switch out my party, kind of mess around, clean up, and I'll meet you back in Old Alwell next episode because we're out of time. See you then.